Hi friends, it's time for our week ahead reading for June 9th to June 15th, 2025. We have kind of a big week in terms of transits because on June 9th, Jupiter is moving into Cancer. Jupiter takes about a year to make a transit, to move from one sign to another. So that is a big transit. And then we also have the full moon in Sagittarius on June 15th. If you are a Sagittarius rising, this is a very big week for you because the full moon in your sign. And then if you're Sag rising, you're ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter making a movement is pretty significant for you as well. I would also say if you're a Pisces rising, because Pisces is traditionally ruled by Jupiter, then this is also gonna, you might feel this even more too. So let me know your rising sign if you do know your rising sign or your ascendant. Let me know what you've got. But yeah, I'm just getting, especially for those two groups, that's really significant. But everyone is going to feel this. We'll figure out how this is gonna play out collectively. So let's take a look. Thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know for this week ahead, June 9th to June 15th, 2025? As always, if you're ever interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can do so at my stan store. It's stan.store/IntuitivelyBeth. I'll put that in the description of the video. Let's take a look. What do you need to know for this week ahead? Thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know for June 9th to June 15th, 2025? I'm getting that this is a week of planning as opposed to a week of action. There's going to be times where you might feel like you have to, there's these impulses and you have to kind of resist a little bit. Make sure that you're planning before jumping ahead. Whoa, there's so much Wands energy, which is also that could be Sagittarius energy, but I'm seeing the Two of Wands coming out first, which is about making sure that you have a clear plan before jumping ahead. Okay, so if you think about the phrase ready, aim, fire, there's going to be times when you just want to aim, or you just want to fire rather, and you have to aim. You have to aim, because I'm also seeing the Eight of Wands coming out crossed. And so to me, that's very much this indication of there's times when you are, you're reacting instead of allowing yourself to respond. I think sometimes it's because you feel like you have to prove yourself, prove your worth. You're feeling attacked with the Seven of Wands. So, just take a second. I think you need to regulate. Yeah, I'm seeing with the Five of Wands also, there's these conflicts. So if you might have some conflicts with people in your life this week, and it's just okay, instead of just getting escalating the conflict, hold on. You might feel misunderstood. Hold on. You're gonna be able to get to a better place. Allow yourself to move through the calming waters, the turbulent waters, to a calmer place. Okay, and you'll get to this better place with the Six of Crystals. But you'll only get there if you give it some time. Not everything has to be addressed immediately. I'm seeing with the two, oh my gosh, the Two Stars and the Temperance card. So if you can learn some patience, don't feel like you have to address everything immediately. Really give it some time. Walk away from a conversation. You can say I need to walk away, or hey, this is really activating me. I need a minute. I want to respond in the right way, or I need a couple days. I'm going to get back to you. Things like that. If you do that, I'm seeing that you can be very victorious coming out of this in a successful way with the Six of Wands, as opposed to regretting what you might do. Okay, so yeah, it's this contrast between all this fiery, I have to fight, I have to prove myself, no, how could they think that about me, to being okay, I know my truth. We're gonna get there. It might not be instant. In the meantime, I gotta take care of myself. That's okay. And then I'll get to the right place. Also interesting with the Temperance card coming out, this is a Sagittarius card. And so, like I said, Sag risings, especially really significant for you, but also the full moon in Sagittarius. I think maybe this is part of what you can also maybe ask to release with the full moon, the times where you are lacking patience. So with the full moon, maybe you're asking Spirit to help kind of release from you places where you feel like you need it now, where you feel urgency, releasing timing, attachment to timing, releasing also fears of being misunderstood, and I think that could be very helpful for you. I think Spirit will hear that. So that may be something also, even just kind of bathing in the moonlight. That just means sitting in it and letting the moonlight hit you. Okay. I think that will help you. Okay. And yeah, look at the Nine of Cups, getting more to that emotional contentment in place of peace. So when you're feeling dysregulated, pause and cool down. There's going to be times where you're feeling very heated and you literally need to cool. That literally might even mean like go get an ice cube in your mouth and like cool down. Take a cold shower, put a cold pack on you to disrupt that agitation, that dysregulation. Okay, 9 of Cups. And then I tried to pick up the 9 of Cups and the Page of Wands was hidden under there, but then I see the 2 of Cups. So what I'm getting is like, the Page of Cups is the Page of Wands is trying so hard to like come out. She's like, and she's ready to fight. Okay, this might also be like a younger version of you, like maybe more like a teenage version of yourself, that like aggression. But if you really want to have this like contentment, 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, especially in relationships, partnerships, whatever that might be, that's where you're like, okay, you have to just kind of, you have to take care of her. Take that beat, take a moment, and then you'll be able to move forward. I do see you being able to come out of this week very, very positively. Ace of Stars and the Ace of Cups is here, okay? So part of it is maybe with the Death card also, Death and Devil, releasing those old patterns. The parts of you that are like, I have to do this, I have to prove myself, I have to fight, like, I'm not letting somebody talk to me that way. Like, okay, of course, like, have your boundaries and things like that, but maybe you can do this in a way that actually creates more peace and harmony in your life. And that's what I'm strongly getting, okay? So I think that's a big part of what you're releasing, and you can come out of this in a really, really positive way. You're setting the tone for the next year plus, honestly. You're setting the tone for how Jupiter is going to be like transiting through the Cancer portion of your chart. And I also just feel like with the Sagittarius full moon, you're releasing a lot. There's this like the younger parts of you, the 6 of Cups, are activated. Take care of them, honor them, relax them, okay? A lot of like contrast between fire and water happening here. A lot of contrast between fire and water. So cool yourself down, right? And that way you can get to the place that you're really ultimately wanting to go. Queen of Cups. Here's the water. She's taking control and being like, all right, we're okay. We're okay. This is how to get through your week. So yeah, I honestly feel like this is going to happen in multiple areas of your life. I think it's going to probably happen in the areas of your life that are most activated right now by Jupiter. So maybe look at what part of your chart Jupiter is transiting. And I think that, so, if it's like transiting your 2nd house, maybe you're feeling really activated around money. If Jupiter's transiting your 10th house, maybe you're getting really activated in career, and like, feeling like you're not getting what you need at work. Maybe if it's transiting your 11th house, there's activation around your friendships. If it's transiting your 5th or 7th house, this is regarding romantic relationships or really important partnerships in 7th house. Maybe if it's transiting your 4th house, this is activating things related to like your home life, your family. 3rd house could be your neighbors, your siblings. Okay. So like look at where Jupiter is, because I think that's going to really tell you like which area of life this is referring to, especially, but this could really be happening in multiple areas of your life. And like, you just have to find that patience, that calmness, so that you can move through this and really show up as this Queen of Cups. This is how to set the tone. Oh my goodness. The Queen of Cups, to set the tone as you move through and these transits with the World card, the High Priestess, the King of Crystals. This is where you want to go, right? This calm energy, this clarity. This feels so much better than that activation that you have to fight. So you can get there. It's a big week for setting up your intentions for and how you want to act over the next year. Okay, so use it wisely. That's what I'm getting. I hope that helps.